I just want to follow up on what you said, Greg, about McCarthyism, because I think, most people would agree that McCarthyism was a bad thing. But when we talk about cancel culture, I mean, that's a pejorative term, I think. A lot of people would say, well, this is just about accountability.
Yes.
This is, in fact, a good thing. I mean, is there a difference here between the way academia or progressives perceived McCarthyism back then and then this phenomena today?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of differences. And I have a Substack now called The Eternally Radical Idea, where I write about free speech and some of the themes in cancel culture. And I'm going to be giving sort of a historical overview of previous mass censorship events, throughout American history. And one of the biggest differences is that during McCarthyism, there was a national security crisis. I mean, if people knew that American and British citizens were helping someone as monstrous as Stalin get both the atom bomb faster than he would have and the hydrogen bomb faster than they would have. I always challenge people, if you were around back then, you would have freaked out too. And so there was a very real sense of threat. We don't have that today. Also during McCarthyism, prior to 57, the law was even clear. Basically, the rationale that a lot of schools used for firing communists was saying, these people are so doctrinaire they can't be trusted to actually be objective teachers. That was the argument, and that's an argument that we would fight against at fire. But it wasn't even clear that you couldn't fire professors, but before 1957 for that reason. Today, there is no giant national security crisis. I mean, like since 2014, I mean, we're not in a time of war, which is usually when mass censorship events take place, of course, up until, notwithstanding what's going on in Ukraine and Israel. The U.S. is not currently at war. And so it makes it a historically weird moment. Now, the accountability culture thing is just question begging. It basically means, it indicates to me, and again, I have a hard time taking it too seriously, that you don't know a lot about the topic, because if you knew a lot of the cancellations that took place with professors, there's literally, because we also point out, to be clear, this is a nonpartisan book. We point out when cancel culture happens on the right and the left as well. And there's no way you could agree with all the examples we have in the book and think that they're just someone being held accountable. So it indicates you don't know a lot about the topic. You don't want to learn a lot about the topic.